back with another one. So we're gonna pregame for this fight week coming up. It's a big time fight week, so we're gonna cover all the big fights and the fights to look out for and the start times and stuff like that. It's basically gonna be an all day fair on the 15th, October 15th. But we got a little card on October 13th I want to touch on. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. Or if you listen to the playback, feel free to drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Ask any questions. You can follow me on my social media, Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxer. Feel free to tap in. It's all good. Combat tool bag in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. What's good? So we're gonna run it down, man. It's a big time fight week. Of course, we already know what's going on with it, but we're gonna touch on it. Um, so Lou DeBella has a card coming up in New York. He got Heather Hardy is coming back. Former world champion. She's been out the ring for a while, so she's coming back, making her return to the ring. You got Ivan Golop is on this card. He's facing Wesley Tucker. That's a good welterweight fight. Ivan Golov got a top 10 ranking in the IBF, excuse me, at 147. So his name been floating out there for some big fights as well. Andy Dominguez is on the card, so it's one of those local cards y'all can check out. Pedro Analian is on the card. He's the one that beat Sabiro Matisse, and of course he lost the second fight, so he's coming back. So a little under the radar card if you guys trying to check it out. October the 13th. Just feel free. There should be some links floating around for that as well. All right. Let me see. My man Trey X in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. All right. So moving on. We got this card right here. This is October 15th. This is going to be live on the zone down in Australia. So it's going to be an early start time for that. So probably like I don't know exactly, but I know it's an early start time. We gotta check your local listing for that, but and it's kind of good because I know when people seen this card being in Australia, we know we got Devin Hanley and Cambosis in Australia too, but this one is going regular local time uh, in Australia, so we'll be able to catch it. My man Override in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So you got some. So the zone Matchroom is making their way down to Australia, trying to go global. So they got a little card right here, some young talent on the card. You got Dempsey McKean, the heavyweight prospect. He got a world ranking in the IBF. So me looking at that, maybe he's getting the fight in right here. Maybe he can be like a stay busy fight for Herkovic. I don't know. Herkovic is the IBF mandatory, so he's on the card. You got Cesar Tapia versus Wallade Mayweather. So that's an interesting fight. That's super middleweight. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. There's a couple fights I want to touch on. It said looks like you may be right about Fondoras. They were a thick cobalt. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I seen them up close, yo. They cool people though. Yeah, they do. So we got Scott Dickerson. She's fighting for her first regional title. She's a featherweight contender, I guess. I think she's right there in line for a world title because she got the star power. She got Eddie Hearn backing her. Amanda Serrano, we got 3 belts at 126. Erica Cruz got the WBA. So she trying to put her name in the hat though. So this is her first. I guess it's her first step up. She's good though. She a rangy southpaw. I heard people compare her to Demetrius Andrade. So she got that kind of skill with her kind of awkward southpaw look. She's pretty good though. She's been staying active as well. You know what I'm saying? My man said thanks for the. Oh yeah, I see you, bro. Thanks for the non-TV updates. Yeah, bro. I try to get those updates, man, because when I be saying fights and undercards and stuff, I be like, damn, yo, I want to get some updates. So that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, bro. So this is a good fight, though. I'm gonna see what Scott Dickerson brings to the table. She's definitely marketable and one of those fighters that Eddie Hearn trying to push to become a world champion. Maybe next year sometime. In the main event, you got Leon Carver versus Brock Jarvis. Jarvis is actually moving up in weight. He's an aggressive style fighter. I think he's trained by Jeff Finnick, I believe. But he got aggressive style. He used to fight at 130. He got kind of flawed a little bit, you know what I'm saying, kind of one dimensional in his style, but he's strong. We'll see if his power and stuff can carry up to 140. Now Leon Paro is a good southpaw, kind of slick. He's number 2 in the WBO, so this is a very important fight for him to maintain that spot at 140. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez leaped over him to become number 1 in the WBO. So he has to win this fight because we don't know if Josh Taylor, when he's coming back, if he's going to vacate, he's going to fight Jack Callerar. I'm not sure. So he got to win this fight to maintain that position. Hopefully, get a shot at the vacant title or be the first mandatory up. You know how the WBO work. They working with tie rank and stuff like that. But this should be a good action packed fight really because Leon Paro is a boxer, but he ain't running. You know what I'm saying? He gonna sit there and try to bang with him. He been over here in the States getting some high quality sparring. And Jarvis he gonna try to make you fight. So this is a good one. This is a good fight to open up the day. You know what I'm saying? Uh and Nelly in the building. What's good with you? Salute, salute. I'm taking Power by decision. Yeah, I like that. I like that pick. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, bro? I like that pick. Brought Jarvis. All right, so we got this one, man. This is the one that we've been waiting for. I know it got postponed last month, September the 10th, but it's back on. Shoot, you got how many Olympians? One. Look at this picture. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. We got 7 Olympians on this card right here. You ain't gonna find that nowhere. So the undercard is stacked. It's an all women's fight. We already know about the 2 headliners. So we're gonna touch on those ladies too. But Shields versus Marshall is back on. Mayer versus Bumgart. I mean, you got young talented fighters like Caroline Dubois. She's nice with it. Uh, you got Lauren Price. She's an Olympic gold medalist. I mean, it goes on and on. You know, Jenny Fuchs is on the card, long time amateur standout. You know, so the undercard gonna be tough, and it's not gonna run into none of the big cards that we're gonna talk about. So it's gonna be early in the afternoon, and of course, I can't wait for this. It's gonna be crazy. Y'all know this one been long awaited. She said, "Awesome card, yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait for this one." All right, so let's talk about this one, man. So the build up, this should probably be the main event, really. It could be. It can do its own main event, but Mayer versus Bumgarner. I mean, I feel like they don't even need to do no more promotion. They did it all before. They can just run those replays back, those reruns back. You know what I'm saying? Um, I haven't changed my pick. I still like Michaela Mayer, but I think it's a tough fight though. I think either one can win. Like Alicia Baumgartner is athletic in her style. She real fluent. When she really sit down on her punches, she's dangerous. Like she sometimes she fights in spurts. She has a nice rhythm to her stuff. She economical with her punches, but when she do punch, like it's like real eye opening. So that can alert the judges and stuff like that. So she can win rounds like that. I can see her, going not going through the motions, but just boxing and just hanging in there and then land a nice combo at the end of the round to win the round because her work is more flashy. She's a big puncher. She got a big right hand. But we'll see. We'll see how she set that up. I know Michaela Mayer is open to a right hand all night, but how she gonna set it up? She gonna feint with it first. She gonna throw a, how she gonna run in combination or she gonna walk into some shots. There's a lot of things that can happen though. Michaela Mayer, she already gave up her game plan. What she gonna do? She gonna try to work her way in the inside and try to fight on the inside and make Bumgarner fight with her, you know what I'm saying, try to take her in deep water. So I think she got to mix some of that boxing and use her range into that too. Not just walk right in, because like I said, she open for a right hand. She got to disguise her work coming in too. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think the first couple of rounds actually they'll probably be feeling each other out. But I think it's gonna heat up towards the mid rounds and make it go back and forth. And like it depends. I want to see if Mayer can make Bumgarner fight her style. You know what I'm saying? Because Bumgarner like to be in a distance, like to. I ain't say she fight cautious, but she like to fight at her own pace. You know what I'm saying? That way she see everything. Like I said, she's a good athlete and she can punch. So we'll see. But I'm picking Mayer by close decision. Like I think she's gonna kind of grind it out down the stretch. This one of the fights where I would love to see it be like 3 minute, 12 minute, 3 minute, 12 round fight to see how they can play out down the stretch. But this is a good ass fight though. I still been watching tape on both of these ladies. In the stall, yeah, both of them, yeah. Jenny Fuchs, yeah, okay, yeah. I like her. She had a hell of a debut. Ingenstall, she can fight too. She's a silver medalist, I believe. I met Andre in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. He said, big fight weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait for this one, though. This probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. I'm not going to lie. All right, now you got this one. This long awaited fight right here. Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, undisputed at 160. Like I said, you don't need no more build up for this. Honestly, we just need to get the fight going. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't changed my pick on this one either. I like Carissa Shields. I mean, her big fights, she don't lose her big fights. She come up strong. Like even in the amateurs, the pros, like some people don't like to use amateur shit when you talk about pro boxing, but with the ladies, I think it's more evident, and you can use it more with this case right here because Carissa Shields fought taller girls before, 6'3", 6'4", when she had her two Olympic runs. So she used to that, and it ain't really that much different. And they fought 3-minute rounds back then and stuff like that. So I think even watching her fight, she really don't lose no rounds. Like she don't lose no rounds. And she's different with her defense and stuff like that, her hand speed. I think that's gonna be the issue in the fight, the hand speed. Now, Marshall is a big puncher. She do have to be aware of that. And I think she gonna have Carissa tentative. She got to. Like if she punching like that, you gotta believe it. I like to see Savannah Marshall get her jab going from the outside. You know what I'm saying? She got a good jab. She was a boxer in the amateurs, moving around the ring and stuff like that. She can still use some of that. It seems like now I ain't gonna say she's in love with her power, but she's confident in her power, so she'd be willing to sit down. I just think the speed is gonna be too much. The hand speed and the defense. I think Carissa gonna win a wide decision. I'm picking like 8 rounds to 2. You know what I'm saying? Just like all her other fights. So we'll see. But this is a hell of a fight, man. It's long awaited. I've been waiting for this fight for a long time, and I'm glad it's finally here. Hopefully everything is a go. I want to see Mayer get slept. I can't lie. Why is that? I hope they switch. Yeah. I definitely for these big time fights, I agree with that. They should do 3 minute like the mill because this is high level right here. I'm taking Mayer by decision too. I think she all worked. That's what I'm thinking too. My man Ali in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Salute to you. He said Shields outboxes her. Yeah, I think so too. And she gonna be referring up to it. She ain't gonna just be boxing. I think she gonna be able to get on the inside and make her pay too. But we'll see. I think it's a curious fight because we don't know how big of a puncher Marshall is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like with these fights, everybody picking Marshall because she's a big puncher. But I seen Carissa Shields go through. I've seen her take good shots and get knocked down and get back up and win the rest of the fight. What's gonna happen with Savannah Marshall? When she's under duress. You know what I'm saying? I like to take the one that I've seen proven before. That's Carissa Shields. So let's see. There's a lot of talk I want to see a knockout. Yeah, I mean it could go the other way though. I mean another point. I have to go back to this. I missed this one too while I was talking about this fight. The corner situation. The corner for Michaela Mayer is more stable than it is for Alicia Bumgart. Now I know Tony Harrison is working with Alicia. I get it. He's a former world champion, hell of a fighter, and he brings something to the table with his knowledge. But you got the other guy. I don't know if he's gonna still be there. Samad Ali, I think his name Farad. I forget his name, but he was in the face off that they did on ESPN. So when I watched her last fights, it's two people talking. I don't know how that's gonna work in a fight like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be under some duress in this fight. So if you got a corner where they're going back and forth and one person talking, the other person talking, maybe that's how they run their thing. I like Michaela Mayer's corner. So it can come down to that too. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Close fights, you gotta look at everything. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna move on to the Devin Hanley card for sure. TJ in the building. What's good, bro? Salute. So Devin Hanley and Cambosis too. You know what I'm saying? This on ESPN Plus. I'm gonna touch on the undercard though before I get to the main card. You got some Olympians on the card. So you think Mayer Bumgart? Yeah, I think so. I like Mayer by decision. But I think it's gonna be a close fight though. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yo, they got so this is a decent card though. You know, I know you got I'm gonna talk about the Maloney brothers, but you got David Nakika on the card. He's an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? Cruiserweight, he's on the card. Um so the way I think this card gonna start, let me see, I get my times right. 6 o'clock on the East Coast, the undercard. 6 o'clock on the East Coast, 3 o'clock on the West. So you guys can catch that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Truck Simpson, them on the card. Yeah, Truck Simpson on the card. Yep, those guys on the card. Amari Jones, yeah, they on the card for sure. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how they be placed on the card and where they show them, if they show them at all. Last time they showed Amari Jones after the big fight. So we'll see how they have that schedule. Let me see. I like both Maloney brothers. Yeah, they should win that. Well, I don't know if they should win. We're gonna talk about it. Well, I forgot. It's on Sunday. I'm rooting for Haney. Yeah, it's on Saturday for us in the U.S., but yeah, it's Sunday in Australia. So yeah, I got you. Let me see. So it's another world title fight that just got added. Um, this is Shanika Johnson versus Susie Ramadan. This for the IBF title at 122. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, women's boxing is crazy. So this can set up some big fights too in that division. This fight just got added. It should be pretty good. Um, Going to the Maloney brothers. So you got Andrew Maloney. He's facing Roberto Jimenez. This is a good fight. This is 115 pounds. 115 is one of the best divisions in boxing. I was about to say women's boxing. It's one of the best divisions in boxing. We seen last week where Cajas versus Martinez. That was for the IBF title. We got Bam in this division right now. We got Chocolatito Estrada. You about to get Franco versus Ioka. Unification. So the division is nice. Junto Nakatani looking to move up to 115 in his next fight, November the 1st. So you got a lot of stuff shaking. And I think this is like a eliminator, you know what I'm saying? Roberto, he's from the Dominican Republic. Like those guys been hot recently. Y'all saying Carlos Adames, Playo, hit the Luis Garcia, um, De Los Santos just beat Rayo. So those guys got some momentum. So he can do some things. I say him fight Dana Yates. He had a good fight with him. You know, Andrew Maloney is a good body puncher. He's solid. He don't really do nothing too crazy, but I like him though. I like his brother better though, because that's a nice little segue. Jason Maloney fights at 118. He's facing Namapar Canada. So this fight right here is a WBC final eliminator. My man Nayapar from Thailand, he's a good body puncher. One of the better body punchers in the sport of boxing. We just don't know about him. He got over 50-some wins. Um, he can fight, man. This is a tough fight. Both Maloney brothers got tough fights on this card. Now this one right here, this fight right here is a co-main event. So on the main card, they only showing two fights, which is gonna start at like 10:30 on the East Coast, 7:30 on the West Coast. So you're only gonna have two fights on the main card. This one, Jason Maloney, and then you'll have the main event. So but this is a good fight though. I mean, Jason Maloney got a lot of momentum since he got stopped by Donaire. No, not Donaire. Anyway, excuse me. Since he got stopped by anyway. So he's been having a lot of momentum and he got himself back in position to fight for a vacant title once anyway moves up. So yeah, this is an important fight for him, for both brothers. They both gotta win these fights. All right, we'll get to the main event. He said, "You think it's gonna be easy work for Dev?" I think it's gonna be more of the same. Honestly, those odds are close for. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, I think Jimenez is a live dog. I can't see Jimenez get the decision. I mean, maybe not. It depends how he fights. But he didn't get the decision against the Nietzsche and stuff. You could be right by that. You could be right. All right, so to the main event, this rematch, man. I think look, Haney put on a masterclass performance. Really, he dominated Cambosa in the first fight. I had 11 rounds to one. I only gave Cambosa maybe the last round. I don't know. I stopped scoring it after a while. There's some things he can do better. I think he got to be more aggressive. If Devin Hanley can't punch like they saying he can't, he need to be aggressive. He need to be aggressive. He need to be tough and rugged inside. Throw a lot of body punches and slow him down. make him fight. If he can't punch, you should be able to want to trade with him. You know what I'm saying? I thought he countered Devin a couple of times. That was real nice. So he do got decent speed and reaction time and stuff like that. He just wasn't doing a lot of it. He was really getting mesmerized by the jab. The jab took him off his game, and he was doing a lot of holding. Me going back and watch that fight, I see him holding more than Devin. So something had to be, he was frustrated. So he gonna have to be aggressive, be on the front foot, be cautious. He gotta be smart aggression because Devin is a good counter puncher. And when you get on the inside, fight. Fight on the inside. I notice when they get tied up, Devin is the one fighting the one. He'll be the one landing the first punch after the clinch. So he had to be aggressive. That's the whole thing. Be aggressive. And this is basically his last shot. He got two good paydays back to back in his home country. He didn't live up to the standard in the first fight, so he got to bring it. Devin Hanley, I don't think he got to do too much. Do the same thing he been doing. The jab is still elite. You know what I'm saying? He still can dominate with the jab. Maybe he can have more opportunities if Kambosos decide to fight more and try to be more aggressive. So I can see him maybe getting a stoppage. Maybe it depends. But he just do the same thing he been doing. I mean, he had a shutout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't asking him to change his game plans when he dominated the whole fight. It's Kambosos the one that's gonna have to change it. So we'll see. I think it's gonna be more of the same. I'm gonna say I think it'd be maybe a little competitive early. No, actually, I think Devin will get off to a good start early, and then Kambosos maybe get a couple of rounds in between. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I still think it's gonna be another wide decision or clear cut decision. So we'll see. Henry is a special fighter. I don't see him losing. Now I don't see him losing this fight for sure. And he got a big fight coming up with Lomachenko. That fight is pretty much done. Both guys take care of business. They on the same schedule. They fight 2 weeks apart. So yeah, it should be pretty dope. So we'll see. I know the big thing we worry about is Haney running. We both bumping heads with the Wilder card. We know we got Wilder, Helene's pay-per-view, plus Plant versus Darrell. This card, top to bottom. I don't know if you guys seen the full schedule. I don't know if you go on BoxRec or whatever, but the whole undercard got good fights on the undercard off TV. If you guys go into the fights, but yeah, and I think this is a good card too altogether. So this on pay per view on Fox. You know what I'm saying? October 15th. Return of Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helene. This is a WBC eliminator. You know what I'm saying? The winner supposed to face Andy Ruiz, but it can all change. So I like this card though. I like it. So we're gonna touch on it. Talk about some notable guys on the card. I'm saying him post he gonna be even sharper. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he step it up and send a message to Lomachenko. So we'll see. So y'all gotta check y'all start times because we're gonna have a lot of fights. They may have the whole because the card is real good. You might have like the whole undercard on some type of YouTube or something like that. I'm gonna talk about the undercard real quick before I touch on Vito. Um, you got Keyshawn Williams versus Kelvin King. Those undefeated guys. Michael Angeletti, you know what I'm saying? He was a Olympian. I think he was on the Olympic team. Well, he had a hell of an amateur career. He's facing Jeremy Adorno. That's a good ass fight. Two undefeated guys. Giovanni Barzon versus James Evans. You know what I'm saying? That's a heavyweight fight. Trayvon Marshall versus Angel Ruiz. That's a good fight too. You got Jurgen Hovnanian versus Michael Polite Coffee. That's a heavyweight fight. So I think those fights I just named off going to be on off TV. But hopefully they have some type of stream for that. You know what I'm saying? So the undercard is straight. And it's like basically 50-50 fights if you look at the records. Undefeated guys versus fighting each other. So that's what's up. So we leave into Vito. So Vito always get his opportunity. Vito is facing the birth Ponce. So Ponce fought on Christmas. He fought Joey Spencer. I don't know if you guys remember that fight. He's a tough, rugged guy. Come to fight. Vito have up and down fights. You know what I'm saying? But he's been active, so they definitely gonna showcase him. He'll probably be on the FS1 portion right before the card starts. You know what I'm saying? You got Michelle Rivera coming back. He's facing Jerry Perez. Michelle Rivera is one of those top rated guys at 135. He's looking for a big fight, but just to stay busy. He facing Perez, who lost to Frank Martin in the bubble a couple years ago. So I guess it's just a stay busy fight for him. But he's definitely looking for a big fight. We'll see what's going on with him. I know they've been pushing him, using the Ali, um, the resemblance and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's taking him anywhere. It seems like he regressing because he should be in line to get the Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? He should be in line. If he can't get Tank, he should be getting Rolly. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin, guys like that. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's going on with that. All right. So open up the pay-per-view card. You got a good fight. This is a rematch right here. You got Gary Antonio Russell versus Manny Rodriguez. Now the first fight ended with a head clash. It was only 16 seconds. So I don't know. I don't know what you can get out of that 16 seconds. If anything, Antonio Russell, excuse me, he was an aggressive guy. That's probably caused the head clash. But looking at these guys' styles, Manny Rodriguez is a boxer. I don't know if he's a big time puncher, but he's a boxer counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? Former world champion. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a counter puncher for real. I think that first round anyway was like indicated how good he is, but then the second round he got stopped. But he's a good. Nobody done that to Manny Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? He had a bogus decision against him versus Galballo. I thought he outboxed him. The guy was come forward guy. Um, Russell gonna he gonna come forward in this fight too. He's gonna be the aggressive guy in this fight. He gonna try to make Manny Rodriguez fight and try to throw a lot of pressure on him. He really don't box that. He really don't box and move around the ring like that. The Russells, they coming forward. So we'll see how that work out. You'll have a counter puncher versus an aggressive guy, southpaw. So we'll see if Manny Rodriguez can get that right hand going down the pipe. You got Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron. This fight was done for the undercard of Ortiz versus Charles Martin for New Year's, but Negron had to pull out. It's back on. You know what I'm saying? Frank Sanchez got top 5 rankings in like 2 or 3 sanctioned bodies. You know what I'm saying? So he right there for a world title. I think he's number 2 or number 3 in the WBO. So he's fighting a taller guy, 6'6", and the grown, who is really like an opponent type of guy. You know what I'm saying? He don't really bring too much resistance. For me, he don't fight like a sense. He don't fight with a sense of urgency to me. So this is a fight I can see Sanchez winning. But although Sanchez he haven't been looking the best. His last fight he didn't look the best against Christian Hammer. I thought he boxed real well against Fa to get that win. And he been out there like to me he ain't been active as I would like to see him. Even though he fought October last, so I guess that's okay. He all right. So we'll see. He want to make a big statement on this undercard. You know what I'm saying? In hopes to get the Deontay Wilder fight. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even Helene. We never know what's going to happen with the main event. He said that's a huge step back for Sanchez. Yeah, I think it's about the same, really. Like, okay. FA, then he stepped back against. Yeah, I'm with you because the FA fight. After the FA fight, he was gonna fight Carlos Negron. So yeah, I'm with you. He said since the FA fight, he's been corny. Shit. He's with Joe Goosen now. I won't be surprised if there's another head clash. Russell Head leads with his head a lot. He and Payano clash. Yeah, that was crazy. I thought he was just getting his rhythm, and then they had that head clash. Yeah, that was a rough fight. That was a rough fight. All right, the co-main event. I like this co-main event. You got Caleb Plant versus Anthony Darrell. Both guys on the same schedule. They both been off for the same amount of time. They fought on the same undercard. Caleb Plant coming off a knockout loss to Canelo. Anthony Darrell had a highlight reel knockout on that undercard. So, I like the fight though. These guys have been going back and forth. It brings some type of clarity in the super middleweight division. If these guys not gonna fight for the world title, they should fight each other. It's interesting though because Caleb Plant got a new trainer. He's with Breadman Edwards. Breadman Edwards went against Anthony Darrell with Kyron Davis in the bubble. Kyron Davis has Sugar Hill as his coach. And I thought Kyron Davis won that fight. At least it was. I'm cool with the draw, but that was a good fight. I mean, he did some things to Darrell that Plant can do. So now you got a better fighter, more seasoned guy. That's his natural weight class. Kyron Davis is a small guy moving up. You got a guy like Caleb Plant who's looking to redeem himself off the loss to Canelo. I think you got some things. You know what I'm saying? Darrell ain't no slouch though, but he fights at his own pace. His own pace. He can switch and stuff like that, and kind of buy some time when he switch. He's a good puncher. I don't know if he's gonna be fast enough for Caleb Plant in this fight. For me, I like to see him apply some pressure, start going to the body. If he feel like Caleb, like I said earlier about Devin Hanley and Cambosis, you feel like these guys can't punch, walk them down and make them fight with you, and start to go to the body and slow him down. I like Caleb Plant in this fight. I think Caleb Plant gonna all box him. It may not be pretty, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna be one of those fights where they stand in a trade. I think Plant gonna do what he always do: box, use the ring, use that lead left hook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an occasional right hand. He don't really throw that many right hands, but I think he can do some things in this fight with that. And I think Darrell gotta get his jab going. I thought Darrell had some real competitive fights with Benavidez. And when Benavidez started to come forward, he was boxing real well and kind of like, walking him into some good stuff. So now it might be reversed. Now he's gonna have to have it in his mind to come forward. I think he's gonna have to be able to cut the ring off, be aggressive, and stay committed to that. If he's not, he's gonna get outboxed. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm seeing it. So, but that's a good co-main though. Christian Hammer was a typical Cuban performance. Did enough to steal rounds, but not put him away. Yeah, I only seen Sanchez once. I'm not impressed. I'm not too impressed. Yeah, like I said, he had up and down fights, man. He really ain't been that impressive to me too. Michael Coffey fighting too. Yeah, he fighting that tough 6'7" Armenian guy trained by Joe Goosen. That's a tough fight, yo. We'll see. That should be. I want to see that fight too. Hopefully they air it. Breadman, the truth. Um, let me see. I thought the exact same thing. Plant can do everything Chiron did, but arguably better. Yeah. I also feel like the hand speed. Yeah, I think so too. I think the hand speed gonna be a problem too. So we'll see, man. It's interesting. It brings some type of clarity. It's a WBC eliminator, so if Plant win, I want to see him versus Benavidez. That's the fight I always wanted to see. If Anthony Darrell win, he put his name back in the hat. You know what I'm saying? So, and then to the main event. So we got Wilder versus Helene. There's a lot of questions in this fight for Wilder. Like, no matter how much we like him and support him, it's a lot of questions. Like, um, watching his last two fights, I mean, he took a lot of punishment. The last fight, man, when I went to the fight watching it live, and when the fight was stopped, the first thing I was saying was to, I forgot whoever sitting beside me, I was like, both of these guys not gonna be the same. Definitely not Wilder, And I still feel that way. I don't think he's gonna be the same. Now, can he still win fights? Of course he can. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. The long layoff, I think it actually does him some well. He got a lot of questions to answer. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. This is a good guy to come back to because Helene is vulnerable, but yes, he's kind of dangerous. He's sneaky good with counter punching. He's tall, rangy. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that's been around for a long time. 38 years old. Helene is one of those guys. He just been there. He never really stepped up in competition like that. He never. If you really look at his career, like he fought early in his career, he fought faded world champions like Kovic. Uh, he fought Lehman Brewster. He stopped all those guys. So he can possibly put his name in the record books. With Tua, with a guy that never won the world title but stopped four former world champions. You know what I'm saying? Tua did that back in the day. So he brings some type of resistance. They know each other and stuff like that. So that's why I'm expecting some type of fill out round. And I think both guys may be kind of rusty as well. But I think it'll start heating up. The thing about Helene is there's a problem with me is his guard is too open. If you watch the Gerald Washington fight, if you go back and watch even back when he lost to Duhaupas, he lost to Duhaupas, but Duhaupas come off the loss with Deontay Wilder. He lost that fight. That Dorpod the one that gave Helene his first L. So if you look at him, like he's right there for a long right hand, you know what I'm saying? Because his guard is so wide open, you know what I'm saying? He fights with his head up in the air. Both guys do, really. Both guys fight with their head straight up in the air and they lean back with their hands down. So they both got that flaw. It's just I think Wilder's maybe quicker to the punch to catch Helene's than Helene's to catch him. But the best thing about Helene's though, he's long too, and he's a good counter puncher, so he can catch Wilder on the way out. So it's kind of a catch 22. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Helene is coming off of two good victories over Kanaki. Kanaki was being groomed to face Wilder. He derailed those plans. Helene is number 2 in the WBA. He's supposed to be a mandatory for Usyk. We're not sure how that plays out. This is a WBC eliminator, so it's politics. With Wilder's side, so like I said, this is some questions. I know this is second camp under Malik Scott, and I like what they got going on. We'll see if it translates. Now I can see the game plan probably, using that jab. Like I like how he started the third Fury fight when he was jabbing to the body, jabbing to the body. You know the right hand was coming eventually, and he was setting the tone with that jab to the body. He was pushing Fury across the ring. He can still do some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm still thinking the right hand is the key because especially with Helene's got that wide guard, he can definitely um, land that punch, whenever he's ready to land it. I don't think Helene is going to be the one to be leaning on Wilder and stuff like that, like Fury did. So the tactics going to be different. So you're going to be just in front of him, and he going to have opportunities to line them up. So we'll see. I like Wilder in the fight, mid round stoppages, like 5 or 6. But we're going to see still some questions, like what's going to happen when you get hit in that same spot. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? So it's one of those fights where, of course, we're rooting for Wilder to win. It's some questions. So we're gonna see. So it's still a good fight to come back to. I like it. He said Wilder, even in the Fury fights, didn't look bad. Helene is tough, but he's there for that right. Yeah, all day long. I haven't seen anyone with more open guard than Pulev. Yeah, Pulev got open guard too. It kind of like he invites you to throw a punch. He said Wilder Helene reminds me of Hamid Shiraz versus Torres. Yeah, it could be like that. I don't know. I think Helene is gonna be on the front foot early, but we'll see. That's an interesting comparison. I want to see. I just want to see what's gonna happen when Wilder get hit. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, I want to see what happens when he get hit. I want to see that honestly. Because that's the biggest thing. I feel like maybe he don't got no punch resistance no more. I mean, that was those fights like that. It takes a lot out you. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. But that's a good fight though. I'm expecting him to win though. So that's what it is. This is a big time fight week, man. Like for boxing fans, it actually lined up perfectly with Carissa Shields and stuff like that being postponed to this date. But I like it though. I'm gonna do a quick recap and then we're gonna close it out. But I like when these fights on like that. It's just me. Like I can go back and forth, and you can always go back and rewatch it and stuff like that. So it's just more content for us. So it's all good. But starting this fight week, you got Heather Hardy coming back. That's October 13th. That's a Lou DiBella card up in New York. There should be some streams and links for that. Uh, this card right here is from this on the zone from Australia. It's gonna be early in the morning, so it's gonna early morning start time. Leon Paro versus Brock Jarvis. So make sure you guys tap in with that. Then in the afternoon, you got Shields versus Marshall. You got Mayer versus Bumgart. That's this fight, this card been long awaited. I can't wait for this. And then we got Haney Cambosis. So we got this card from Australia. Now this one is going later in the day. So it's gonna be an early day start time in Australia, but it's gonna be nighttime for us regular. We got the rematch, you know what I'm saying? Haney got big fights ahead of him. Cambosis trying to get his shit back. So it should be interesting. And then you got the Wilder versus Lilius pay-per-view. You got Caleb Plant versus Anthony Darrell on the undercard. You got a bunch of guys. You got Antonio Russell versus Manny Rodriguez. Frank Sanchez versus Carlos Negron. Then the undercard off TV is real good too. Michelle Rivera, he should be televised. And then you got Vito Belnicki, he should be televised as well. So it's yeah, man, it's a good fight week. Definitely for the boxing fans, for sure. I'm just happy Wilder is back to heavyweight division. That's true. That is facts, though. That is facts. I agree with that. I agree with that statement because it do feel empty. Off topic, but can Jonathan Gonzalez get a decision in Japan against Iwata? That's a good question. The way he fought his last fight, I don't know. I mean, even the fight before when he fought Soto, I thought when he fought Soto, he outboxed him clearly, but he was so kind of negative. It was like if he was in a hometown, if he fought like that on the road, he probably won't get a decision the way he got against Soto. And the last fight, I thought he lost his last fight. Honestly, he fought the Filipino kid. This guy right here is a good puncher. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, he gonna have to like completely outclass this kid and not like basically not get touched, which is something impossible. So I'm actually picking Watson in this fight though. Honestly, I think Wilder gonna stop him, but we'll see. He's a good puncher, and that's a real good fight for the division. 108 pounds. The winner of this fight is supposed to face the winner of the main event, Kenshiro versus Karaguchi. So we can consolidate these belts. And Matchroom, they just signed Sangadi, who won the IBF title. So next year we should get undisputed in 108. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good fight. Is Canelo really taking an entire year off? I'm not sure. I'm about to go ask one of his fans when he's coming back. I don't know. I heard that he may do that. He may not. Um, I think he got hand surgery, wrist surgery, like a couple weeks ago. So we'll see. I would say. I mean, I think really you ain't gonna hear too much about Canelo until his name gonna start coming back up after the Bivol and Zerto fight. Because he want to fight Bivol again. So I think we'll start hearing some stuff when that fight happens. But I hope. I mean, if we take a year off and come back to a big fight, I'm cool with it honestly. Because he's been fighting regularly for the last 2 years. I'm cool with it. If he need to let his body rest, and but he got to come back with a big fight though. You know what I'm saying? He beat Tanaka in the amateurs. Tanaka dropped Gonzalez. I'm leaning towards yeah, yeah. The guy can punch, man, and they think he can win the fight. That's why they willing to bring my man over here. They had to pay him some bread to bring him over, so they real confident in him. You know what I'm saying? And that sets up a big fight with the winner. You keep that fight in Japan. So yeah, and the winners supposed they from what I learned, the winners supposed to face each other in May for 3 belts. So yeah, that's what it is. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. I appreciate you guys, the questions and comments. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. Feel free to follow me on my social media, Twitter at OverJ, Instagram L Does Boxing. If y'all need to hit me up about the times and stuff like that, because it can change, go left to right, stuff like that. Feel free. If you need any links, there's some more fights too. There's some more fights this weekend. I ain't touch on them, but I do got links and stuff like that. I can let you know where y'all can find them if you guys interested. Just hit me behind the scenes. I mean, I said salute to you too, bro. Appreciate you, bro, for sure. So yeah, just feel free. You know what I'm saying? I'm always available. Y'all tap in. So salute to everybody coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.